Well, this is it, guys. I have been hanging out down here at the bay for about a week and a half. Time to get packed up here. I'm gonna get ready to store the van and fly out to North Dakota for the sugar beet harvest, my next seasonal job. Really hard to leave here. It is just so beautiful. But gotta get back to making that money. So we'll be saying goodbye to San Diego. Okay, so this is it. Got my storage spot for the van. Got all the windows blocked out real good. Disconnected all the electrical. Got the solar panels covered up. We'll see you in a couple months, van. I gotta go make some money. We just showed up today and we're already hauling beets. Got Kelly in the driver's seat. She's already running through the gears. Yeah. Call it a day. All right, we'll give you a little tour of the accommodations here. This is the old farmhouse. This house was built in the 1800s. Goes back a couple generations with this family. So we've got pretty much everything we need to get by while we're working. Of course, the oven and stove does not work, but we do have a toaster oven and a microwave, coffee maker and all that, fridge, washer, dryer. So this is the kitchen area where we all eat. And after work, we'll hang out and just kind of chat and relax. We also do have a family room with a satellite TV here. Guys like to watch the ball games on the weekend. And this is currently me and Kelly's room here. Got the nice downstairs bedroom. Nice big bed, some place to put our clothes. Little dresser there. Window looking out into the farm. And then there is an upstairs as well for the rest of the drivers that will be showing up. We're here kind of for pre-harvest, so not everyone is here yet. But you can go up this steep set of stairs here. And there are, 5 more beds up here. Got 3 beds in the front room. And then 2 more beds in this room here. So he's able to accommodate quite a few workers. And pretty much feeds us, takes care of us while we're here so we can just make that money. And then out at the garage has been converted into kind of a dorm setup as well. So there's 6 more beds out there. We'll take a quick look at that. Today is Sunday, so we got a day off today, but we'll give you a quick look inside the outside dorm. This is where the rest of the drivers are set up. We do have another chest freezer, and this is air conditioned. This time of year it is still warm, but it's going to turn quick, and they do have baseboard heaters for when it starts to get cold, so it stays nice and warm out here. And this is kind of the typical setup. It's sectioned off, so you've got a bed, place to put your stuff, a little table with a desk light, and a power strip to charge your phone and such. So there's 6 of these total. They're all about the same. So we've got 3 guys out here, and then me and Kelly inside, and then he'll probably be bringing in 5 more drivers once the actual harvest starts. What we're doing here is called pre-pile, which means we do a little bit of piling and hauling, harvesting beets before the official harvest. That's just the way they do it to get them all out of the ground. And Randy actually set us up with a car. One of the other drivers is out with it right now, but he set us up with a Cadillac, so we were able to go out and run our errands and get anything we needed. So that's the setup here. So we're just gonna hang out and relax today. It's our day off. All right, here we are, washing tractors at the farm today. Give you guys a glimpse of what we're driving here. This is the John Deere 8530. It's a pretty big one. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Yes.
First time driving this thing. I'm kind of learning as I go here. I don't know what all this stuff is beeping at me, but we're almost there, so. We're just washing trucks and tractors today. Hopefully you'll be digging beets tomorrow, so we're just keeping busy getting all of our equipment tip-top. Here in the fields. I'll give you guys a shot of the truck I'm going to be driving this sugar beet harvest. I actually stepped up to a bigger truck. I'm driving a semi instead of the tri-axle that I had been driving. I was a little intimidated, but got in the truck and picked up on it real quick. Pretty much the same, just a little bit more length. So if any of y'all you work in the sugar beet harvest in Drayton, North Dakota, keep an eye out for this truck here. If I go through your piler, be sure to say hi. Hope y'all have a good, safe harvest and can make a lot of money. All right, so here's a little look at what we're doing out here. The harvester picks those beets up right out of the ground. Goes over that conveyor belt right into the back of the truck there. That truck is going to be slowly moving forward to get a nice even load in the box of this truck there. Got a beautiful day out here today. Started out with a little bit of rain and overcast and cleared right up. We got a high today of about 68 degrees, a little breezy. Not bad for the end of September in North Dakota. All right, I'm gonna try to give you guys a run through the plant here. This is where we dump the sugar beets. They pile them into a big pile to store through the winter, and they can ship away as they need the beets to process into sugar. My dash cam mount here is getting a little bit of vibration with this big truck, so we're just going to try this out. Hopefully it won't be too shaky. This company is American Crystal Sugar. They pretty much operate out of North Dakota, although they do have a plant in East Grand Forks, Minnesota, and I believe one in Montana as well. Yeah, this is all a big co-op. The farmers are part owners of the company, so it is a cooperative operation. Right now I'm lined up at the scales. They're going to weigh us on the way in and they'll weigh us on the way out, so they know how many beets we got. And it can get pretty backed up here, so do spend a little bit of time waiting in these trucks. I'll wait at the scale and I'll have to wait again at the actual piler. Come up to the scale house. I got a ticket that I give them. They scan. Good morning. Thank you. Got 4 pilers on each side of this yard, so right now they've got 3 pilers open, 5, 6, and 8. So I'm going to go over to 8. It looks like it has the shortest line. Actually 5 looks a little shorter. I'm going to head over there. And as you can see, got a little bit of rain today. That doesn't stop us. It's got to rain pretty hard to soak the fields for us to not be able to harvest beets. So we're just going to keep going till it gets too wet. Hopefully the rain will let up and we won't have to stop. Ooh, a little backed up here. All right, well, we'll check back in when we get up to the piler. All right, we're going to see if I can do this. I might have to back up over this piler to get out because it's too muddy on the left there. I've never backed this semi over the piler, so we're going to see how this goes. We always have our axles locked, put it in first gear, low gear. These guys are going to come take my ticket once I get staged up here. Red light up ahead of me here that's going to turn on. It tells me when to stop. watching the little sign up there that's got an up arrow that's telling me to raise my bed. So I'm doing that. Just kind of follow the directions of the piler operator. She's the one that is operating those lights. So the typical sugar beet harvest job that you get going through express employment that I did my first 2 years is the ground crew, like this woman in the yellow raincoat there. Your job basically is to do what she's doing. She just guides me through the piler. She'll come take my ticket, write a number on it, and then sometimes I'll have a sample ticket I give to her, and she'll take a sample of the beets. There's a little part of this piling machine that does that for her. So pretty easy on the ground crew. The hardest part of the job is dealing with the elements. Obviously, she's standing out in the rain, and within the next week or two, it's going to get very cold. So it's hard to be out on the ground crew, especially if you're on night shift. So that's the challenging part. Though, as far as labor, you know, it's not that hard. Obviously, you can see she's just standing there, that's the job. She's not being lazy. That's what you do. You just stand there and make sure everything goes smoothly. And then you can see up ahead, beyond everything, there's the actual beets being piled into a pile. There's a big boom there that swings back and forth, but right now they're just starting the pile, so it just stays stationary till the pile gets built up. She is now asking me to raise my box some more with that up arrow. So I need to pay attention to keep things flowing smoothly. Okay, looks like I'm all the way up. So I'll wait a second. She's going to probably put on that down arrow, and I can lower my box. There it is. They're going to wave me forward, and they're going to give me back my tear dirt, and then I got to try to turn around here. I don't know if I'm going to go through this mud or what. I'd rather not back up, but we'll see. Muddy. Sorry about that.
That's okay. Is it getting slick out there in the field?
Yeah, not yet.
Not yet.
It's worse in here. Have guys been turning around here?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. I didn't have to back up, thankfully. Alright, so next step, come back into the fields. We gotta dump our tear dirt, that little bit of dirt that they returned to us at the piler. And I gotta go find the harvester in the field here. I can see him down at the other end. Get in line and fill up. Alright, so I'm gonna find a spot next to this red truck here and dump my dirt as well. That's what he's doing. There's little bits of sugar beets in this dirt, and that just gets tilled back into the soil, kind of acts like compost. Well, we are almost finished up with this field here. This is all we got left, this little section. Should be able to do that in about 4 more passes. This whole field was full of beets. We cleared it all out, so we'll finish this up today. Probably move over to our next field and get our initial cuts done. So we're all set up for harvest. This last week and a half, 2 weeks, actually 2 weeks, has been just pre-harvest, and we'll be getting into actual harvest here soon, next few days.